Last session, we have already started with the new answer, which was about major differences between East practices and West practices. Let us continue that answer. I am sharing the screen and you tell me if it is visible or not. Well, students, मैं download नहीं कर रही हूँ because it takes too much time. Just see if it is visible. We'll continue without downloading.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I think in the last session we have completed the first 6 points of major differences between East and West practices. Point number 1, क्या बोल रहा था students, that in East practices people do not change. Okay, so therefore training does not make sense. You pay more attention in selection, all right, and training is not given much emphasis. लेकिन in best practices, okay, वहां पे क्या assumption है that people can change. Okay, you have to give them necessary training. Okay, they will change, right? So over there, training is given more emphasis. Then we have seen the second point. Second point in East practices, वहां पे क्या mentioned है that your relationships dominate over individualistic concern. यानी कि presence of nepotism and favoritism is there. Okay, in country like India, definitely we have seen so many examples, right? In the last session, not just Bollywood, in any other industry, nepotism exists. Okay, so अगर कोई सीईओ का रिलेटिव है उसको पहले जॉब प्रेफरेंस मिलता है एंड नॉट समवन हु इज डिजर्विंग. एंड देन वेस्ट में ऐसा प्रैक्टिसेस नहीं है. वेस्ट में ओवर देयर individualistic preferences, like that means a deserving candidate is given opportunity. Okay, then point number 3 that we have seen is, yeah, employees in east employees work very hard for survival purpose because उन्हें जॉब में survive करना है, therefore they are working extremely hard. But in case of best management practices, वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं है. People are working hard. Definitely they are. But the purpose of working hard is to achieve goals. Okay. So that is again something very interesting. मैंने आपको last year वो monkey का example दिया था. You remember? Guys, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
मैंने लास्ट ईयर आपको एक मंकी का एग्जांपल दिया था. यू रिमेम्बर? नो? ओके, आई जस्ट रिपीट दैट एग्जांपल अगेन. एक रूम में एक रोप लगा हुआ है ऑन द सीलिंग विद लॉट्स ऑफ फ्रूट्स हैंगिंग. ओके, तो फर्स्ट मंकी जाता है. ओके, एंड ही ट्राइज टू ग्रैब द फ्रूट्स. जो सेकेंड मंकी रूम में एंटर करता है, जो सेकेंड मंकी देखता है कि अरे ये फ्रूट खा रहा है, मुझे ये फ्रूट खाना चाहिए, तो वो ना इंस्टेड ऑफ टेकिंग द फ्रूट्स ही ट्राइज टू पुल मंकी वन. ओके, वो मंकी वन को ना नीचे पुल करके खुद ऊपर जाके सारे फ्रूट्स खाने की कोशिश कर रहा है. ओके, सो ऐसे थर्ड मंकी अंदर जाता है. थर्ड मंकी भी सोचता है कि मंकी वन एंड मंकी टू को नहीं मिलना चाहिए, मुझे सारे फ्रूट्स मिलने चाहिए. सो ही आल्सो स्टार्ट्स पुलिंग मंकी वन एंड मंकी टू डाउन and tries to eat the fruits, okay, or grab the fruits, whatever. This happens till the 23rd monkey enters the room. अभी आप इमेजिन कर सकते हो 23 monkeys ऑलरेडी हो चुके, तो कितना रश हो गया होगा, है ना? तो 24th monkey जब एंटर करता है ना इनसाइड द रूम, till the time 23rd monkey was there ना स्टूडेंट्स, वो 23rd monkey के माइंड में क्या था कि मुझे इन सबको नीचे खींचना है और सारे फ्रूट्स अकेले खाना है. ओके, बट 24th monkey जब अंदर जाता है ना, तो उसे इतना क्राउड, इतना रश देख के तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल समझो अभी तो फ्रूट्स भी दिख नहीं रहा है बिकॉज इतना रश हो गया है, राइट? सो ही डज नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई ऑल दिस monkeys आर गैदर्ड. तो उसको क्या लगता है मालूम है, रूम के अंदर क्या हो रहा है कि जो ऊपर जा रहा है उसे हमें नीचे खींचना है. ओके, ऑब्जेक्टिव दैट इज चेंज्ड. ऑब्जेक्टिव समझते हो ना, पर्पस. ओके, 24th मंकी जब रूम के अंदर एंटर करता है So he is confused because of the view. So उसके माइंड में क्या आ गया कि अच्छा अगर कोई ऊपर जा रहा है तो we have to pull that person down. Okay. एंड अभी गाइस ये 24th मंकी ने ये सोचा, 24th मंकी के बाद जो भी अंदर गया ना उसके माइंड में यही ऑब्जेक्टिव था. उन लोगों को तो फ्रूट्स दिखाई भी नहीं दे रहा है. दे डोंट इवन नो दैट फ्रूट्स आर देयर ऑन द सीलिंग और ऑन द रोप. ओके. So this is what I think most of us are doing. Okay. We don't even know the purpose. Okay. But then we are doing it because somebody is saying us to do. Because we have been seeing that. Okay. हम देखते आ रहे हैं वो. तो हमें लगता है कि हमें भी ऐसा करना चाहिए. Because it's happened. We have no answers to that. Okay. There is no logic behind it. I hope you're getting the example of this monkey. The lack of purpose and lack of objective, lack of clarity. You don't know why are you doing it. Okay, you are just doing it because somebody said you have to do it, therefore you are doing it. I think in country like India हमारे यहाँ पे ये practices बहुत है. ये rituals बोलो या फिर कल्चरल प्रैक्टिसेस बोलो, सब जगहों पर ये एग्जिस्ट करता है. वी डू इट विदाउट नोइंग द पर्पस ऑफ इट, राइट. तो दिस पॉइंट ऑफ डिफरेंस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. यहाँ पे ईस्ट कंट्रीज में क्या हो रहा है, एम्प्लॉयज आर वर्किंग हार्ड फॉर सर्वाइवल, लैक ऑफ पर्पस, लैक ऑफ क्लैरिटी. बट दिस इज नॉट द केस इन वेस्ट. ओवर देयर people know their objective, they know their goals, therefore they are working hard to achieve those goals. Let me tell you, most of you who are there in the session right now, you are taking you're into your undergraduate studies of BMS. Okay. But students, till the time you complete your graduation, at least तब तक तो आपको clarity आना चाहिए ना कि आपको करना क्या है लाइफ में. Yes or no? Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Happens. Most of the students are not having clarity. After doing BMS, then they are working in accounts department. And people, there are students who have completed a BSc IT and now they are working in KPOs and BPOs. Okay, which clearly means that lack of clarity, no direction, nothing. You are just entering into the place where there is a lot of crowd. Okay. And it's a race wherein you're just trying to run and trying to win, but you don't even know what is happening. Okay, so this is what I think most of the people in Eastern countries, they have lack of clarity. That becomes the major point of difference. Then point number 4 हमने complete किया था, which states that यहाँ पे in East countries people do not take appointments for meeting their supervisors or superiors. In fact, they hold the meeting openly. Okay. And they are not distracted by interruptions. All right. But in West countries, this is not the case. Even for a small meeting, you have to take appointments. Okay. You have to give agenda. You have to send a notice. Okay. And then and the meetings are happening in the closed doors. All right. Then point number 5 that we have seen is the company intends to perform in future as it is done in past. Yani East countries mein, there is a lot of bureaucracy. We're just doing what has been happening in the past. You can again refer to the example of monkey. Please अपना लाइफ टाइम में ये एग्जाम्पल याद रखना, ये मंकी वाला एग्जाम्पल, कि हमें ना वो नहीं करना है कि जो हमें पता ही नहीं है, लैक ऑफ क्लैरिटी. डोंट बिकम 23rd मंकी. ओके. एटलीस्ट 1 to जो 1 से लेकर 23rd तक थे ना, वो पंक्ति को क्या था, एटलीस्ट उनको क्लैरिटी तो था. भले उनका इंटेंशंस गलत हो कि हमें दूसरों को नहीं देख के खुद पूरा फ्रूट्स खाना है, चलेगा. इंटेंशंस गलत है तो क्या, एटलीस्ट दे हैव गॉट द क्लैरिटी, राइट, व्हाट दे वांट टू डू. Similarly, you also please have your clarity. Don't become 24th monkey जिसको मालूम ही नहीं है करना क्या है. Okay, don't enter into a race where you don't know where is the finishing line. Okay, so यहाँ पे in East countries people are performing the same way as they were doing in the past. Okay, that means outdated methods. In case of Western countries, this is not the case. This is not the thing. Okay, they set the goals. Okay, they keep it very innovative. They are very flexible. They know what they have to do. Okay, they are ready for the changes in future. All right, and they keep changing. ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. Okay, you need to be more flexible. You cannot be very rigid with your way of working. फिर पॉइंट नंबर 6 हमने क्या स्टडी किया था, लीडर्स के ऊपर. है ना. In country like India or in countries east countries, people give more preference to what leader is saying. That means leader is a god, okay, and opinion of leader is something very important. Guys, can I just answer this call 1 minute? Huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, okay. So, like in West countries, this is not the case. Okay, they don't feel that leader is God. Leader is just one amongst others. Okay, so leader is not opinion of leader matters, but then he is not considered God. In country like India, okay, यहाँ पे leaders को हम God मान लेते हैं. उनका opinion ही correct है ऐसा assume करते हैं, which should not be the case. I think people should be treated as people. Okay, they should not be treated like God. All right. Then moving, यहाँ तक हमने complete किया था ना? Yes or no, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Any difficulty till
Yes,
here?
ma'am.
ऐसा कुछ जो आपको नहीं समझ
No,
में आया?
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No, ma'am.
ना? Okay. So we move on to point number 7. Okay, one of you will read for east practices and one of you will read for west practices. You can start. हाँ जी, who is going to read for east practices? महक है क्या सेशन में? महक बेटा
Yes,
आप
ma'am.
read करोगे?
Yes, ma'am. The relationships in the Eastern culture are family centric. Couples, for example, need to pass through family approvals before taking the step towards something else.
1 minute. Huh? Okay. Yeah.
Personal and important as marriage. This is also one of the reasons why arranged marriages are still very much patient to the Eastern societies.
Okay. And in case of West, Sarita, can you read?
Yes, ma'am. In the Western civilization, the self is given preference over family, and hence decisions on priorities and relevance of relationships are of the individual. This is, in fact, one of the West focus the major difference between Eastern and Western cultures.
I think one of the most, you can say, major difference in the belief in the Eastern and Western approach. Okay. In Eastern countries, students, even decisions like personal decisions for that matter, for example, a marriage decision over there also, I think involvement of entire family is there. Okay. And because of which the individual opinion is not given preference. Okay, and still in countries like not just in India, most of the east countries over there, still arranged marriage is a system that is still working. And in west countries this is not the case. Okay, their self worth and their self decisions for themselves are taken by individual themselves. Okay, they are not dependent on family people. Okay, they are not asking their relatives and family members to contribute in into their decision making, especially in decisions like marriage. Okay, so relationship in east countries are quite family centric. Okay, मतलब अगर family हाँ बोलती है तो ही proceed करना है. Okay, family is rejecting, you cannot take the proposal ahead. Okay, in west countries, this western civilization, I think there is more priorities are given to relationships which are of individual preference. Okay, in western civilization family centric करके कुछ नहीं है. Okay, so I think similarly यही approach वो लोग है ना company में भी लेके जाते हैं. For example, I'm an employee from east country. Okay, तो मैं कोई भी decision है ना student any decision, guys am I audible? कॉल आ गया था बीच में.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, yeah. So अगर मैं ईस्ट कंट्री के एम्प्लॉय हूँ, so when I am working in any organization, what will happen is I am for any decision I will be dependent on my manager on my colleagues, on my co-workers, because मेरे घर में मैंने यही सीखा है, okay, that I have to take approval from everyone before taking a decision. So same I'm going to do in the organization also. In companies also I'm going to do the same. Okay? That I'm going to constantly keep asking my manager, keep asking my superior, and then take a decision. Okay? Because I'm a family-centric person, in organization also I'm going to behave same. This is not the case in West country students. Okay, वहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं चलता है. Okay? Over there, people are self-dependent. Okay, if I am an employee from West country, I will not wait for an approval from my manager. If I know that this decision is going to be in the favor of the company, I'm going to take that decision. I'm not going to ask my manager. All right. So this is something which makes the employees in West countries more capable, more self-dependent, more alert, okay, and more proactive. Proactive समझ लो, बिना बोले जो करते हैं ना काम, जैसे भी फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपके घर में थोड़ा मैस है और आप खुद बिना आपके मम्मी ने बोले आप खुद वो काम कर रहे हो अपने आप, ओके, तो वो बोलते हैं ना, अरे इसको बोलना भी नहीं पड़ा, इसने अपने आप सारा किया. That's called proactiveness. You are having that personal hygiene. For you, things in the mess around does not work for you. तो आप खुद उठ के उसको change कर रहे हो. All right. So this is called as proactiveness. Okay. वहीं पे या तो आप second option भी कर सकते हैं. आप बैठ के criticize करो, ओ मेड नहीं आई, अरे मम्मी ने clean नहीं किया, घर पूरा mess में पड़ा हुआ है. That is something that is super passive approach. Okay. You are not someone who is doing anything. You are just someone who is opinionating something. मैं तो चाहती हूँ मेरे सारे स्टूडेंट्स है ना ओपिनियनेटेड ना रहे. ओके, दे शुड बी समवन हु बिलीव्स इन एक्शन. दिस इज 1 मिनट. मम्मी अनुज का ना वीडियो कॉल आ रहा था, इसको कॉल कर. ओके, so you guys please don't be opinionated about anything. Okay, you be a person of action. Okay, opinions frame करना क्या है, कोई भी कर सकता है. हम एक्सपर्ट हो चाहे ना हो, एक जगह पे बैठ के बड़ी बड़ी बातें बोलना, it's very easy. I see a lot of people criticizing government and criticizing health workers and criticizing so many people around. एक खाली बस न्यूज चैनल ट्यून इन कर लिया और फिर अपना एक्सपर्ट ओपिनियन देना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. प्लीज, आई डोंट वांट यू टू बी अ क्राउड ऑफ दैट. ओके, बी समवन हु इज एक्शन ओरिएंटेड एंड रिजल्ट ओरिएंटेड. Okay, don't choose to just frame opinions. Be a change maker. All right, be someone who is going to bring that change, not someone who is wanting the change but does not want to do it. घर सबको साफ रखना है लेकिन खुद से करना पड़े तो कोई नहीं कर रहा है. Okay, everybody wants you to breathe in. हम अच्छे ऐसे कंट्री में ब्रीथ करें जो सेफ हो, जो अच्छा. अरे तो आपको भी तो चेंजेस लाना, but this is your country also, right? You simply cannot just be blaming everything. I really wonder why people are that I've seen some posts on social media where people are blaming government for pandemic. Like this, the term pandemic ka meaning it's global, na, everywhere it is happening. How can you blame the government alone for this, right? How you can say the government strategies to handle the pandemic, वो भले गलत हो सकता है, लेकिन कोरोना के लिए कैसे क्या आप गवर्नमेंट को ब्लेम कर सकते हो, राइट? सो आई थिंक ईस्ट कंट्रीज में द पीपल आर वे टू ओपिनियनेटेड एंड नॉट एक्शन ओरिएंटेड एट ऑल, but in West countries people are action oriented. I think the session will get over in few minutes. यहाँ तक कोई डाउट है क्या स्टूडेंट्स? नहीं ना?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Do you understand? I think,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ जी बेटा बोलो.
मैम आई थिंक अगर इम्पोर्टेंट मतलब डिसीजन लेना है उसके अंदर ओपिनियन लेंगे तो अच्छा होगा ना, मतलब लेस रिस्क होगा.
Okay, I appreciate your perspective that you feel that you should take opinions from others, which will reduce the intensity of the risk. But I think when that is for major decisions, right? Mehak, bade
Yes,
decisions.
ma'am, for important decision.
Yeah, for important decisions, right? If you take opinions of others and then you work upon it, is fine. Okay. But for small matters also, if you are, taking opinions of others, I think मुझे बहुत funny लगता है जब, graduate level के बच्चे एकदम silly चीजों पे भी अगर कुछ बोलते हैं ना, मैम आप मेरे को बताओ ये कैसे करूँगा. I think you have to be self-dependent. There is a search engine called Google. do it. Go over the Google and find out the interesting methods of doing that, right? So for small things, you should not wait for opinion of others. तो फिर आपका creativity क्या होगा महक? अगर आप दूसरों के opinion पे काम करते हो, दूसरों का ओपिनियन लेके एक प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे हो आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, तो उनका इनपुट्स आ गया ना, आपकी खुद का स्किल्स का क्या